Spacey, Sims, and we are back with more Psychedelica of the Ashen Hawk. And I haven't played this in a couple days because I think it's only been a day because I had to catch up on London Detective Mysteria yesterday. Plus, I've been like, I said it in that one, and I'll say it in this one just in case, I don't know, people don't watch everything. But I'm only putting London Detective Mysteria up every other day. This is still going to go up every day just because I'm ahead on it. Not really, because not really. I'm in the same place I am with this that I am with London Detective Mysteria. I'm on the same day. The part 4 uploads of that. That's what, yeah. So anyway, but I'm going to try to do every day with this, but if for some reason something happens, I only go to every other day, you'll know why. And that is because I just have so much freaking shit to do. And when I came back from vacation, I was like, yeah, I can freaking do all this and get back to where we need to be. Whoa, where we used to be 3 a day on top of Sim stuff. And yeah, that ain't happening. Because I'm just in this, I'm obsessed with needing to just purge shit. I have not watched Marie Kondo's show on Netflix, but I should because it's like she's in my brain somehow. And I don't know. Even before Christmas, I was like, you know what? I'm going to just, I don't know what, it wasn't like a New Year's resolution or anything, but it was like, I just need to go back and I need to like get back to where I was. Like I gained like fucking 20 pounds last year. It was like fucking gross. And I've like been struggling with that for like forever. And I was like, fuck that shit. I can't even fit into my clothes anymore. So I'm like, no, I need to stop ordering takeout. I need to eat better food. And I need to like fucking clean my apartment. Like, dude, there's so much dust in here. Like normally I'm like, I don't care because I don't like dusting. But like all of a sudden there's a point where you're like, no. And I'm literally like ripping apart everything. Like I just cleaned my bathroom today. Like I ripped apart shit. Like I obviously cleaned my counters and my sinks and like all the stuff up, but I have like a shelf that's supposed to be above your toilet, but I have in my old apartment I didn't have like a towel bar above my toilet, so I could put like a little above the toilet shelfy thing. In this bathroom I have a towel rack above my toilet, so I can't. So it's just sitting there against a wall and it's like whatever. And it has shit on it. And I normally like just ignore that. Oh my god, no. I like ripped everything off of that. I like cleaned every little thing. I have like a little caddy that used to go next to my shower in my old apartment where like all your extra like body wash stuff and like fun stuff like that wouldn't fit in the shower. You just like literally have 5 million bottles everywhere. You know what I mean? And I fucking Lysol wipe that whole every little rung on that down. I don't normally clean this much. I've cleaned the baseboards I think once in my apartment in the bathrooms because like I got down on my hands and knees and I scrubbed the baseboards because like my mom is coming. I'm cleaning everything and I'm doing it little by little, but in order to keep myself doing that and making sure I continue to go through and just do one little thing a day, like, okay, I cleaned some of the bathroom. I didn't clean the whole bathroom. I cleaned like half of it. The floors will be another day. You know, my other bathroom will be one day. That's actually relatively clean because me and my dusty self is not in there all the time. Clean the shower down. You know what I mean? Like little things like that. Just one little thing a day. Did dishes today. Woo! Did some laundry. That's it. I'm just not even like I have to clean my whole bedroom. Fuck that shit. It's going to take like a month because I'm going to literally rip everything out. I'm going to rip everything out. Go through everything. Just fucking purge. I don't even know where I'm going to put the shit that I'm purging because I just have shit all over the place. Like, I have bins in my freaking house that should be in my storage units, but aren't. And like, I need to rip those apart. And I'm literally like obsessed with like, I just need to like get rid of shit, man. I feel too crowded. I could have like a 6-bedroom fucking house with the amount of shit I have in my apartment. It's just like, I feel claustrophobic. Like, I'm like, I can't. I don't know. I just need to do this. So that's going to be not fun. But in order to keep myself motivated to do this and constantly doing just one little thing as opposed to, you know, the momentum of just one chore a day, one little thing a day. Look, it took a half an hour. It might mean that this is impacted. The channel is like a responsibility to me, and it's fun, but it's a fun responsibility and I enjoy doing it, but keeping up with 4 videos a day is impacting the fact that like, oh my god, there's just so much shit all over that needs to be gone through and there's so much stuff that I've just been putting off, and I can't do it anymore. Like, I can't do it anymore. I'm going crazy. But But even though I was like thinking about like doing all that, like I just need to go through things. I need to like clean everything out and like rearrange. And I've also just like now all of a sudden been like, I want to rearrange my apartment. And I literally walk around my apartment for half an hour almost every freaking day. Not every day, but I've done it like 6 or 7 times in like I think the past 2 weeks. Literally walk around and be like, okay, so I can move that there, and then okay, so then this will go in this room, and just like literally plotting where I'm gonna move all this furniture that I have in my house. Like, I mean, just to kind of maximize and just change things around because like it's not even kidding. Like you just move. Like think about it in your bedroom. Like I'm just gonna move my bed to the other wall. It's like, oh my god, it's like a whole new room. It's like magical. I'm not gonna do that because I got freaking like shit up on my wall over my bed that just too much fucking shit to move. That's too much. It's too much shit to move. But I got some other ideas of stuff to move around and things to do just to kind of change things a little bit and like maybe fit things in a little better. And like I have a nice, awesome, cushy chair in my bedroom that's like my reading chair. I never use it. It's so dusty, it just has shit on it. Which is like I'm like, oh god, it's a catch-all chair. And it's a nice, expensive fucking chair, but I put it in my bedroom. Like, and I'm like, no, it's going in my dining room now. I'm taking away 2 of my little shelves on the wall. That's going there. One shelf's I'm moving everything around because I'm like, I just can't. Because then I'm like, well, then I can sit on my, because I feel like too, I can't just go sit in my bedroom because my bird wants to be with me. And at least if I'm sitting here in the dining room, living room area, it's just one giant fucking room. He's like, okay, you're here. I don't give a shit. Like, he doesn't care. He's like, you're here. I can see you, lady. So I'm like, I could actually sit and read and like take advantage of this cushy chair that I have, you know, with the, and the, I wouldn't have to worry about the bird like just sitting on top of one of my shelves, pooping on my shelf in my fucking bedroom. Because he'll just sit there and stare at me. And I'm like, if you're hungry, you can leave. No. Like, he won't leave. He won't leave and be like, okay, I'm going to go play. He's like, I'm just going to sit here because you're in here. Are you in here or I'm in here? Okay. I'm like, I could sit in there for 3. He would die. He would literally starve to death. He won't leave the room if I'm in there. It's like, so, you know, I should not revolve my life around a fucking bird, but I do because he's my child. He's my baby. You got to take care of your kids. It's okay. It's a fire truck. They're not coming for you. It could be an ambulance. I think it's a fire truck. Anyway. So that's my 20-minute spiel of just why, if all of a sudden this starts going every other day, you know why? It's because I'm just trying to make sure you have shit. And if we got to do every other day, we got to do every other day. My only other thing I was thinking is like, well, I could cut them down to half-hour parts. I'd rather go every other day and do our hour-long parts. But if I got to do shorter parts, we do shorter parts. We'll see what happens. So, but at least you know. And of course, if I cut down to half-hour parts, probably the first one or second one we do, you'll know why. I'll be like, we're cutting it because of this. So the only thing that's going to stay every day is Period Cube till it's done, because that will end roughly in about enough time to start Code Realize Wintertide Miracles. And then I'll see when I start that, is that going to be every day or every other day or whatever. So yeah, you'll be having at least probably 2 things a day going up for the foreseeable future. But yeah, so anyway, that's worst case scenario 1 if I do Wintertide Miracles every other day. Well, no, yeah, some days there'd be 2 and some days there'd be 1. Whatever. Anyway, it's okay. You'll be fine because you'll have lots of stuff going up, and it'll only be for a little, it'll be for the rest of eternity probably until I finish a game and then decide like not to pick something up, but we'll see. Anyway, that's the gist. So, back to where we were in this now that I've wasted 10 minutes of time. Anyway, the 2 of us tried to support our weights by leaning on each other as we left town. That's right, we were, yeah, with Levi, and he went all crazy and stabby. Okay, anyway. Totally got my Levi swag today, guys. Today, the day I'm recording it, not the day that you're saying this, like, probably like a week or 2. I don't know where I am with recording. I don't. I'm so excited. The only pins I could find were Levi and Tower Overlord. I'm psyched about that, though. And the only things I can find for Psychedelic of the Black Butterfly are like chibi ones, but it's okay. I got the Hokage and the Manchiro ones because Manchiro is actually really cute in the little chibi form. But I can never find Kaguya. He's never anywhere. It just makes me sad. He was my favorite. I love you, Lawrence. Anyway. All right. That should do it. Ow! He slapped at my wound over the bandages. That hurt. That really hurt. Lawrence, what was that for? Jeez, you 2 came back with such stupid wounds. My protest was cut short by his lecturing voice. A stupid wound? I just heard that not too long ago. But he was exactly right, so I didn't have the will to talk back. Although it might be a stupid wound, Levi's was much more serious, causing his to take longer to treat. Lawrence was able to get to me only after the sun started to shine through the church windows. I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I didn't need him to apologize anymore, especially after what he went through. I was glad he's back to normal. You're okay now, right? Get the fucking stone, Spacey. Yeah, probably. Then I need to ask you something. It might be difficult for you to answer, but do you mind? I'll tell you everything, but... But what? You haven't slept since last night. Don't worry, I won't be going anywhere. He was right. Levi and I both hadn't slept. We were both injured, so it'd be better to rest for now. But right when I thought that, a loud banging noise echoed through the church as the door was flung open. Levi! It's probably Levon. Yeah. Levon? Levon? The source of the voice, with light shining from behind him, was, without a doubt, Levon. What? I'm just like, it's probably Levon. Levon? Levon? It's without a doubt Levon. Oh my god, I'm glad they told me. I'm sorry. What was he doing here? I called him over. I thought it'd be better if both of you got yelled at. Puh! I see. So those two were the reason for it. I didn't know if I should praise them for being considerate or reprimand them for doing something entirely unnecessary. Either way, the choice of resisting a little was completely thrown out. Of resting a little, sorry. I was like, wait, what? Okay, yes, choice of resting a little. I can't read. We know this. Levon looks like he's being reprimanded by They all look, wait. Every single one of them has a face on it. Like Elric is fucking lecturing them. Elric has his face like, you dumbasses. And Lawrence is like, I'm a little disappointed myself. Like, he had nothing to do with it, but he feels ashamed anyway. And like, Levon looks totally like, Levon and Levi are like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, fucking great. Oh, God, I love it. Only a little time was needed for everyone to calm down. I don't know, Elric looks pissed. It was then followed by silence. We had the opportunity to talk, but I didn't know how to start. Seeing Levi in the light of day revealed that he was completely weakened. It made me reluctant to ask him anything in that state. I wondered if he had been hiding somewhere since that day, all the while being tortured by his own insanity. Unable to stand by any longer, Levon was the one to open his mouth first. Can she tell them about the Horcruxes and fucking take them? I'm just saying. Like, it's really fucking aggravating me that she's not doing this. Is it true that you've been murdering people? Everyone focused on Levi. After a long time, Levi nodded. He affirmed it, so it was true. I knew it already, but seeing him admit it really pained me. Why? There was no reason for you to stain your hands with blood. In the beginning, it was just a coincidence. He started to mumble in a low voice. I didn't want to listen, but I had to. I focused my ears so that I didn't even miss a single word. I wonder when it all started. Mother said that there was someone that wouldn't listen to her no matter what. I saw him in town by chance, so I decided to settle things. I planned on roughing him up if he intended on defying Mother indefinitely. That really was all I originally intended. And you... I punched him just to threaten him, but he started bleeding. I only did it lightly, so he probably only got a cut on his lip. But the moment I saw that, I don't know what happened. I could feel my body burn with excitement. Some seriously fucked up shit. And by the time I realized it, You killed him. This time Levi nodded immediately. That was when I learned. Actually, saying that I realized it would be more accurate. That I loved killing people. Some pretty fucked up shit. I think it's called murderous impulse. Murderous impulse? The love of killing. Like, who the fuck is Levi? This game is so good. Why is it so fucking good? Oh my god. I knew what the words meant, but I could never understand it. Was it something like a small child pulling the wings off of insects? Yeah, no, well, that kind of crazy bullshit leads to serial killing. The emotion could be felt toward fellow humans as well. You don't need to even try to understand it. Normal people wouldn't be able to. You sound like you do. Of course not. How would I? And then there's something about Lawrence's look. I know it's just random, but it's something about Lawrence's look, how sad he looks, and the way he's like, why would I know what it feels like to want to murder people? And he's like, huh, wait, like he kind of knows. And then Lawrence is like over here like, oh, well, like he's like, I'm just ashamed because I know, and it's not my fault at all, but that's the Lawrence / Kaguya, right? Like the super sweet, sensitive, take everybody's problems onto himself. What? He breaks my heart. Anyway, and should I call it a fixation? Are the people here the only ones who know about it? No, I told Mother. Francisca. Of course, she was the first person I told. Francisca knew about this. Look at how happy he looks. Of course I told her I love killing people. And you're like, wait, you shouldn't be. Okay. All right. I was reminded of what Lucas told me. He said that Francisca was the one pulling the strings behind the murders. And it's true. Okay, so, like, Lucas is, like, made out to be the bad guy, and yet, like, as you're going down, you're like, I don't know, he's starting to look like the safest fucking option here, is all I'm saying. After killing the guy, my head suddenly cooled off. I knew I did something risky, and I was afraid it would cause trouble to the family and a Mother. And what did she say? She praised me. Huh? Huh? She praised me by saying I did well. Oh my god, she fueled his crazy. Oh my god. What the fuck? I love this game so much. I was so surprised. I thought she would slap me or cry about it. My Mother smiled and praised me. Levi must have been thinking about Francisca. He made an almost childish smile. I, in contrast, was feeling some despair. I have my doubts about, like, look, when I opened the game pack and, like, checked out the cards, not gonna lie, like, Levi's a pretty boy. And between Levi, Levon, and Lucas, I would have picked Levi just because he's so precious in the fucking card. Like, it's like, oh, he's pretty. Okay, I mean, Lawrence was the Kaguya, so automatically I loved him, right? But, like, and Hugh's pretty hot in the card, and Tower Overlord just looks amazing. They look like, you're like, they got some kind of mysteries, and they're a little, like, fucked in the head, and that's why I like them. But out of our three quote-unquote normies, I would have picked Levi, but now I'm like, well, shit, I have some serious fucking mental problems then, because still though, Levant's just, he's got anger issues, and okay, that's because of the stone, sure. Okay, it exacerbates the anger, because you can understand his being angry at his dad. Okay, for walking out on them, and then the being kind of angry as a child at Spacey coming in, you know, like, wait, why does Mom like this kid so much? And then the stone just exacerbates and it makes him crazy. Okay, and then he tries better and he rises above it. But he's so the Prince Charming character. I'm not a fan of the Prince Charming character most of the time. Like, he's usually the canon path, and they're usually the ones that are made to be like he's just the best all around. Like, but I don't feel anything. Like, I don't dislike Levon, but I'm just like, no, I'm sure his path will be great and it'll be cute and everything, but like, I'm not gonna remember him afterwards. It's not gonna be like, oh, Levon, you know what I mean? And like, maybe Lucas's path will change my mind. Like, I don't hate him. He's a complex character and I like his character, but I'm not like, yeah, I still like Levi even though he's a fucking psycho murderer. What is wrong with me? What is fucking wrong with... It's the Saint Germain effect. It's fucking... I'm not even... You're like, you know what? It's okay. You tried to kill me. It's cool. Like, I got some serious fucking. This is why I'm single, because I can't pick good ones, because I pick the fucking stabby ones. I'm just saying. Or the crazy ones, like fucking Tower Overlord, which is probably like our uncle or our dad or who fucking know. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm like kind of concerned about this now. And it's like, so we're not gonna have a path with him, and it's gonna disappoint me, but also I'm gonna be like, it's okay, because if we're related to him, that's just creepy that I was thinking inappropriate things like the whole game. Like, yeah, come on, you know. But he's still one of the best, because you're like, he's that sassy, snarky little, like, you're like, you son of a bitch, I love you. Why are you such an ass? Yeah. He was also like that, so I don't know. I mean, I do like all the characters, but I always pick the crazy stabby ones, don't I? I don't know. Code Realize doesn't count. I loved them all, but anyway. So it was true. Francisca used Levi. She didn't even try to help him. I just love how he looks so happy. It's like, yeah, I was happy I stabbed someone, so I kept stabbing people. Okay, that's just... Anyway. And she said it would be trouble if people found out, so she had it taken care of. She told me to be careful from then on. I started using this knife because Mother told me. Levi looked so happy. That's like fucked up. To him, that knife must not be a murder weapon, but a keepsake that reminded him of Francisca. Levon and I were speechless. Levon seemed to be more in shock since I'd already begun to suspect Francisca. Levi's confession continued. And from then on, I derived more pleasure from killing. Why wouldn't I? I loved killing in the first place, and Mother would praise me for it too. Oh, you poor fucked up thing. I had no reason to stop. Why do I feel bad for him? Why am I like, oh, you poor thing, you were... Wait, no, you're evil. Again, I want to pretend it's all the stone, but I'm just thinking he's a little... Anyway. Are you serious? How can you think that could be allowed? Besides, Milan wouldn't have to dirty his hands anymore. I could just kill the ones that interfered with us. Like, look at how precious he looks when he's saying, what? Oh God, why am I accepting this? Me? Levon, you need to remain as clean as possible. You're wise, reliable, and everyone looks up to you. You can be the ideal lord that everyone wants. I think Mother felt the same way. That's why she praised me for doing this. She thanked me for dirtying my own hands for Levon. She said I was such a good boy for shedding blood in place of him. Is that what you were thinking? And that's why I continued. My killings were for the sake of our clan. They were for Mother and you, Levon. This is some fucked up shit. But I sometimes wonder if that's true. I actually don't know myself. Maybe I'm just killing to satisfy my own pleasures. Because I almost... Levi looked at me, but when our glances met, I quickly turned away. He had been smiling in a self-deprecating way earlier, but his expression gradually darkened because he almost killed me. The wound that Levi gave me still stung, although it should almost be completely healed. I can't hold back this impulse whenever I see blood. It's like there's someone else inside of me. He rages. He doesn't care who he's up against. When I saw your blood, my mind just went blank. And by the time I realized it, I was holding a bloody knife. Lucas saved me when I was unconscious. If it weren't for him, right now, I'm not dead. I'm doing fine, as you can see. Thank goodness. Really, I believe him that he feels that way. I do, but if you died, if I had killed you, I don't know what I would have done. Levi... So who's asking, why is it a question mark? Anyway, Levi, when did you start wearing the magical stone? Lugus? If it's not any of them, it's Lugus. A man joined in the conversation without anyone noticing his entrance. Everyone jumped up and turned to the source of the voice. Oh, Hugh. Oh, okay. Okay. I forgot about Hugh. Wow. How can you forget? He's like a fucking ghost, right? Anyway. Oh, excuse me. Did I scare you? Who are you? Hugh, when did you come in here? Hugh or you? Who are you, Hugh? Who, Hugh, you? Who? Hugh, you! Sorry. I'm not sorry. That was great. That was fun. You're the man from the snowdrop field. Everyone exclaimed in surprise. Lawrence and Elric, on the other hand, seemed to be disgusted by the whole ordeal. Oh, brother, we seem to have so many strange guests today. I thought I locked the doors. How'd you get in here? He's fucking magic. Levon here seems to remember me. There hasn't been enough time passed for me to greet you with a long time no see. Were you eavesdropping? Spacey, who is he? He's... The entire atmosphere was in chaos. It would be better if I gave a proper explanation to everyone. Hugh picked up Levi's left hand, completely ignoring the confused crowd. Hey, what are you doing? Don't move. Oh, look here. Levi was still wearing the ring with the magical stone set in it. When I looked at the stone now, it didn't appear to give off that glow. It's doing it now. It's quite clouded. You must have been heavily influenced by its effects. Effects? I never mind that. Who the hell are you? I'd like for you to answer my question. So, Levi, when did you start wearing this? He is goddamn precious. Like, okay, like, not even kidding. I mean, hi. Like, hello. Your eyes just go bloop. But they also kind of hesitate here because there's something about everything about Levi, like the fucking choker, the vest, everything. I mean, he's just... Hugh and Levi... I feel bad for Levon. Like, again, he's a nice person. The fucking mullet kills me. The mullet hair kills me. It ruins the whole thing. But, like, my eyes go to, like, hey, Levi. Hey, Hugh, what's up? Like, I mean... Because he's, like... the cocky, handsome pirate. Okay. Right? Yeah. And then he's like, my God, he's the beautiful fucking elfin prince. He's like supposed to be like Prince Charming, and you're like, whatever, I want to run away with the pirate. Or, ooh, you're like magician. That's it. That's what Hugh is. He's like the court magician. He's like the fucking Merlin, and you're like, okay, yeah, sure, that's nice, King Arthur. Whatever. Merlin, hey, what's up, babe? Yeah, how you doing? Like, I love it. Anyway. When? I know I've talked through this whole part, like, whatever. Since he was a kid, I received mine at the same time. They're our family's heirlooms. I see. No wonder you seem to keep it on your person so carefully. Levi and Levon both. Excuse me, I suppose that's neither here nor there right now. Hugh, you said that Levi is under its effect. I still hadn't told Levon and Levi about the stones because I'm being a dumb fuck. I was the only one who understood what Hugh was talking about. And you're saying Levi's murderous impulses are because of the magical stone? Not all of it. Think of it as something that causes a small spark to burn into a much larger flame. In other words, a wolf cub is still a wolf. He was being so ambiguous. I didn't know how I should take that message. So, like, Levi's still a murderer is what you're trying to tell me? Damn. Was he saying that even without the magical stone, Levi would have eventually gone out and murdered someone? Or he would have had murderous impulses? But, like, maybe, like, so you're like, huh, I feel like stabbing that person. That would be bad. I will go to jail. Like... Well, I mean, come on. Who doesn't get... Raise your hand if you've never felt stabby. Right, nobody's raising their hand, right? Okay, everybody's felt stabby once in a while. Like, I will stab you. I will cut you. I really won't, though. Like, I would love to. I'm just going to imagine, like, beating you to a living pulp. But I'm never going to do it because I don't want to go to jail and I'm not completely psycho. But, like, imagining at least decking you. Like, literally bashing your head into the pavement just feels really good. And then you're like, oh... Wait, like, no one would ever. Okay, you're terrible if you would actually do those things, but like, look, we've all threatened. We've all been like, I just want to stab that motherfucker. Like, maybe not quite that extreme. Okay. We've all been Levon before. Like, I just want to kill you. That would be bad. I shouldn't say that, and I wouldn't actually do that. But like, everyone's said that in their head before, you know. So maybe that's just like Levi. Did I say Levon before? I totally said Levon before, but I meant Levi. Whatever. He's like, I want to kill people, but I wouldn't do that. That'd be wrong. And then the ring just exacerbates that, you know. Like me, I'll tell people off. I won't tell people off. I wouldn't. No. Oh, I don't like confrontation. Anyway. Or would that desire not ever have surfaced if it weren't for the stone? I'll take my leave now. I'm sure there are things you need to explain to these two. To those two. He appeared uninvited and left similarly on his own accord. I had seen him many times already at that point, but I still didn't understand him. But I would deal with him later. I turned back to the two who were quietly watching my exchange with Hugh. Yada yada, magic stones, yada yada, give me the fucking rings. Done. Horcrux is out. There's something I need to tell you. It's about the magical stones that you both have. Oh, good, we didn't have to read through that. Because we already know, so like. I explained everything I knew to them. I told them about Kaleidovia and about the magical stones. Among the remaining magical stones, Olgar owned one of them. I also told them that it could have led to the death of Francisca as well. Man, this stone is the cause of my... Levi still appeared to be doubting it. If we were to take Hugh's word for it, the magical stone wasn't the only thing at fault. Levi had his own issues, and that would mean Olgar did too. But there was no point in thinking about that now. And that's why I want you to let me have them for safekeeping. Or, okay, it could be legitimately, right? Maybe he didn't actually, so if we're dead, right, and like something happened and blah, blah, blah. Maybe he didn't actually kill someone. Maybe he just wanted to kill someone. Or maybe he caused an accident and he felt like he killed someone. You know what I mean? Like, think about all the guilt that went around in Black Butterfly, right? Something like that. Like, it's my fault, I'm a murderer! But he didn't actually murder anyone, but he just feels so like, and that like is translating into, you know, purgatory world here of like, I'm a murderer! And like wanting to murder people. Although, why would that feel good? I don't know. Anyway. That is that's going to tie back somehow. Did he actually, maybe he did actually murder someone. That's weird. Who we go to visit him in prison? That's going to be a fucked up ending, and that ought to be fun. I'm curious. Of course, if we're not actually all dead, then, I mean, I don't know. We only got like, I don't understand how, I don't see. Anyway. Yeah. Levi didn't appear to be fixated on it at all. He removed the ring and carelessly tossed it at me. Oh, I have to ask. The same thing's not going to happen to you when you hold that, right? It's fine. I'm going to keep it with the Kaleidovia. I would keep it somewhere else. If possible, I'd like for you to do the same, Levon. Levon thought a bit while looking at his accessory, but what he said next were words of rejection. No, I'll hold on to this myself. Huh? Why? Olgar is after it, right? Keeping them all in one place is too dangerous. He did have a point. He just saw the danger of the magical stones, but he was being calm about it. But didn't they say it doesn't, didn't Hugh say something about it doesn't matter if Olgar gets it? Because, like, you want to put the stones back together? Well, I mean, I guess maybe Olgar knows that and wouldn't put the stones back in there. I'm just thinking, like, if Olgar's like, sweet, let me put the stones back in, and it's like, haha, it doesn't matter. Like, no biggie. I don't know. Anyway. But for Levon, there were also risks. What are you going to do if you go insane? I'll never be swallowed up by insanity. Oh, wow, wow. Just rub Levi's nose in it. Wow. Wow. Is that an insult to me? That's not what I mean. Because you did the dirty work, I was able to maintain my composure the whole time. And that's why I'll be fine. Levon. Is that alright, Spacey? Yeah, but please be careful. If you see any signs that something is going wrong, please tell me right away. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Seems like we know what to do then. Let's stop right here. As if waiting to say it, Lawrence jumped into the conversation. I think you all need to take a rest, especially you, Levi. I'm sure you haven't been able to for a very long time. Levi heaved a short sigh as if he just remembered how tired he was. Feel free to use whatever open room there is. And it's almost time for people to come for the service. I didn't think they had a church service. When did they start a church service? Everyone's like, no one ever comes to church. He's like, I just here watching the place. So he actually, you're being like a fucking, but you're not. Okay, whatever. I suggest you leave before people see you. We all listened to Lawrence's advice. We were all tired, but we also needed to think about what to do from that point onward. Levon returned to the Wolf Clan's hideout. Levi would stay at the church in a room different from mine. Aw, how unfortunate. After promising to meet again, we all headed back to sleep. Oh, bird. I'm sorry, but your toenails just dig it into my neck, and that spot is awkward. Upon entering the room, I let myself fall onto the bed. It hurt. My right eye hurt more than my shoulder where Levi bit me. Feels like it sucked in the bad energy. Once I realized the pain, my entire body started to feel fatigued. It felt like heavy mud was accumulating in my body. What should I do? I was tired, but I still felt alert. Endless thoughts ran through my mind, and fear started to arise. I found out about Levi and Francisca. If I continued on this path, I would likely come across truths I didn't want to know. I shook my head and sat up. I didn't think I could fall asleep at this rate. I'll try to take a breather. Oh, I didn't know. What, we got a choice? Does anything happen here? Wait. We already... Where are we in the flow? Chapter 7:7. Nothing happens here. No, there's not even showing that there's a choice. It doesn't actually change what happens. It's not even like before where you go down like you choose with what happened with Levon. There was like in the flowchart, there was nothing in the flowchart here. So I'm not going to go back and do the other. Okay, no, we'll do that. We'll do what we did the last time. I want to go check how Levi's doing, but let's go to the... Oh, wait. Hold on. You know what I just realized? Maybe this is where the thing, if we go check how Levi's doing and then we end up going to the chapel. So let's just do this. We can always come back and do the other option afterward, like just to see. I wondered if Levi was already asleep. Because there's no branching off here. I stood in front of his room and perked my ears. He was groaning. Why would he be? Were his wounds still hurting? Or... Levi, I'm coming in! Oh, God. I had a bad feeling about this. I opened the door wide without knocking. Spacey! Oh, Levi was holding his head between his hands, but upon my entry, he jumped up in surprise. Even from the doorway, I could tell that he looked extremely pale. What's the matter? Does it still hurt? I called out to him while walking over. Uh-oh. No, I'm fine. You're lying. Look at how pale you are. Just calm down. Oh, just calm down now. Everything's fine. I sat next to him on the bed and started rubbing his back. He was shaking and his shirt was drenched in sweat. I pat him slowly to calm him down. Soon his shaking stopped and his heavy breathing also slowed. I'm sorry. He mumbled in a teary voice. I'm sorry I bit your shoulder. It's all right. I'm fine now. And I scared that kid too. I don't know about that. I can't imagine Elric being afraid of anything. I didn't even realize the two of you were there. That's how crazy I was. Ever since I cut you. It's all in the past now. My wounds had healed and the pain was completely gone. But the wound in Levi's heart still hadn't healed. How fast does she heal? Can I just tell you what happened earlier that night? The bite mark in my shoulder is completely healed. Anybody else not think that's suspicious? Anyway. He still felt guilt and regret over what he did, unless it's because she's a witch. I thought I was done for then. Then I had turned into a complete monster. I was afraid of the ghosts, the shadows of the people I killed. I thought they were always watching. And when I saw your blood... Levi's eyes wandered. He looked afraid, as if there were a ghost right in front of him. I wanted to die and end it all, but I couldn't even do that. I killed the person I wanted to protect the most, but I still couldn't kill myself. It's not because of the magical stone. I killed you with my own hands. He blurted out those words of regret and started shaking again. I wanted to get him to calm down. And then, like, you wonder, like, what actually happened in the real world, because I killed you, but you didn't kill me. Are you talking about in the real world? Did you actually kill me? Is that what you're saying? That's why we're here? Oh, anyway. So I pulled his shoulder toward me a bit roughly. CJ? Yes. Oh! Oh, so sweet. Why? Why does, like, he, okay, anyway. I told you earlier, didn't I? I'm alive and well. Hear my heart. I'm warm and still very much alive. But you know what I mean? Like, things like that would come out, and then you're like, why did I say that? That sounds awkward. Oh, because we're dead. Anyway, our hearts seem to beat together. And you're alive too, Levi. It'll be okay. No, you're not. I held him close and rested my cheek on his head. We could feel each other's body heat, and they seemed to meld together. You're the only one Levi also leaned on me as if entrusting me with his body. He called me the person he wanted to protect the most. I wondered what he meant by that, because he's been in love with you ever since you were kids, and he didn't know that you were... Well, I mean, you could kind of tell, like, he was like, I love Spacey the most, and you're like, you really do, though. Yeah, I know you just don't know what you're saying, but I know what you're saying. I thought about asking, but before I could, Levi continued. When I was in that fit of insanity, I was in this very cold place. You came to me and took my hand. And you told me not to run away. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. Even if you weren't with the Wolf Clan. Even if you were actually a part of the Hawk Clan. See, that's the thing. That's adorable, though. I just wanted you by my side. That's so cute. I'm gonna cry. I needed you. His voice softened as he seemed to go into a daze. See? It's like, I didn't care if you're a man or a woman, like, because you loved me when you thought I was a man. Oh, Levi. So sweet. He must be so tired. I wanted to get him to sleep. I love you. Those sudden words made me jump. No one else has said that. Wait. Did Levon say that? I don't know if Levon did. I mean, I'm pretty sure he made his feelings known, and so did Lucas. But I'm just saying, I don't know if either one of them said I love you. Remember. Anyway. Even if it came from someone half asleep and in a lot of pain. Oh, even it came from someone half asleep and in a lot of pain. I don't know. In what way? Like a brother or... Ow! Because my body moved at a reflex, Levi's body lost its support and he fell onto his hands. On the hand that had been punctured. Oh, sorry. How's your hand? It's probably useless now. He said something so grave as if it were nothing. He seemed to act relieved when he looked at his hand. This isn't nearly enough to atone for what I did. As long as you're alive, I don't care what happens to these hands. Levi. It was a fact that there was a side of Levi I didn't know, but that didn't mean the side of Levi I did know was a lie. Levi was still himself. You should go to sleep. I'll be with you a little longer. So we got a nice snuggling, told us he loved us, but we're not going to get a kiss? Because I was just really hoping that if we go to see him, we might get a little makeout session. Anyway, I moved Levi's limp body onto his side on the bed. Can I ask you something? What? How did you survive after that? Lucas saved me. Lucas? I hesitated briefly, but decided to be honest about it. Levi looked suspicious, as I expected, but he appeared to be convinced at the answer. I see. I guess there are good guys even among the Hawks. And there are people like me among the wolves, too. After saying that, Levi dozed off quietly. Knowing he would be fine now, I stared at his sleeping face for a little longer. He looked so tired, but there was something about his face that appeared relieved. Levi could have been under the influence of the magical stone, and I wouldn't have known. But because he had been completely under its effect, he looked so worn out. I wondered if Olgar also looked like this when he went mad from his magical stone. I wondered how Lucas and T would see their father. Yeah, see, I bet anything. If we said go to the chapel, it would have been right here, and we would have missed that whole scene. Haha. Anyway, it's kind of like, because I was just like, wait a minute, this is gonna, because there's no like, because even the things with Levon, it gave you two separate things, and you either went one path or the other, and it went right back in. But this doesn't branch off at all. So it's not like, well, we go at a totally different path. It's not. It's going to end up in the same thing, just like it did at the masquerade. Go to the, let's go see dancers. It doesn't change what happens in the story. You go to every single one of the things, and the last one, stay here. So if you chose stay here, you would have missed all the other stuff, but you would have had that little end, and it would have got kept continued. So that's exactly what happened here. If I didn't go see Levi, that wouldn't have happened, and we would have gone right here if we said go to the chapel. Spacey is smart and figured it out. But also, I have the flow chart up. It doesn't tell you anything except for like, you know, hey, in chapter 8:8, you have a choice that is there's 4 different options that all lead right back into the same path, and I have a feeling that's going to be like, because there's 4 options, it's going to be one of your 4 boys, and you're going to be like, who do I go to hang out with? I'm just guessing. So in that case, well, we'll see, I guess, what the choice is. But if it's one of our 4 boys, we'll just pick whichever one I'm feeling at the time, because I don't really know what to do. So I exited the room and secretly checked out the chapel. It might not make a difference, but not a lot of time passed. But just as Lauren said, there were quite a few people already there. I'd catch people's attention if I went out dressed like this, but I hesitated to purposely change into women's clothes. While I was waffling, I saw Hugh out of the corner of my eye. He's still here? He was in the shadows right under the stained glass window. That position was like a blind spot that most people would overlook. Hugh noticed that I was approaching him and he gave a bright smile. I didn't talk to him and just looked up at the same stained glass window where he was looking. The craftsman who made this stained glass window was so destitute that he had trouble putting food on the table. Hugh spoke. Although I had no artistic ability, I thought that the window looked beautiful. Even someone who could make something like this would have trouble making a living. Oh, even someone who could make something like this would have trouble making a living. It was supposedly made while he wished for peace in the town, as well as the happiness of the people. Oh, but the craftsman still lost to his battle with poverty. He betrayed his family and friends for the sake of money. You seem to know a lot. It was an interesting story. Do you think that craftsman committed a sin? I don't know exactly, but if he betrayed others, I think so. Yes, your opinion is correct, but wishing for one's own happiness can't be a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with the act of wishing. But there are types of happiness that you cannot attain just by wishing. In those cases, could it be a sin to even wish for it? What was with this man? Did he stick around just to say this nonsense to me? He appeared out of nowhere and also disappeared at random, too. He was like Ashen Hawk. He must have noticed my stare. Hugh continued on. I am a traveler. I was wondering if you were a ghost. A ghost, you say? That would be nice, too. For some reason, I wanted to continue the conversation. A conversation about nothing with the suspicious self-proclaimed traveler. I'm continuing a long, long journey, all the while jotting down in my notes anything interesting from the places I visit. And this town is among the places I have visited in the past. The past? The town then shone under the bright sun, with flowers blooming as far as the eye could see. I was partway through a story I was reading, so I just ended up staying here through 2 whole seasons. Huh, I haven't seen that before. So this town was covered in snow. 17 years ago. Or should I say that the snow became heavier 10 years ago? I'm sure the people of this town have forgotten what the real sun looks like. The Masquerade Festival has become like a prayer for spring and summer. Morning, evening, midnight, listen to the voice of spring. And those people have forgotten what they had seen until 17 years ago. Yes, humanity is a creature of oblivion. In a sense, you calling me a ghost isn't wrong. I didn't mean to call you that literally. Even my form, my voice, everything about me will be forgotten eventually. And then what will that make me in your eyes? That is just someone's impression. You don't even know if I really exist. Especially in this town. What are you talking about? You exist right here, Hugh. Are you sure? I'm sure this isn't what you're talking about. But people have no choice but to believe in what they see. I can see you and talk to you. The shocked look on his face was interesting. Thank you. I could have no greater joy than to hear those words. He seemed to thank me sincerely, which made me feel abashed. I didn't think I was saying anything out of the ordinary. Do you notice she hasn't bothered to ask Levon and Levi? Oh, so by the way, before Levi stabbed me, okay, yeah, because it took her forever to get around to the Horcrux thing, right? But before Levi stabbed me, you guys saw Ashen Hong, and you know him? Could we get back to that? Like, I want to know what the fuck. What the fuck? Anyway. I was careless to get caged up in this snowy town, but I did not expect such a wonderful encounter. Okay, I've made up my mind. He looks determined and a little bit angry. About what? To side with you. I was intent on remaining a bystander, but I will now accept whatever results from your choices. Hugh reached out to touch my cheek, and then he gently pulled me toward him. I was like, are we going to get a CG? His lips touched my other cheek. I didn't dislike it. It was a very natural kiss from which I sensed goodwill. But then I suddenly got the urge to complain after seeing a teasing smile on Hugh's face. What's the meaning of this? I rubbed my cheek where he kissed. Did I offend you? Of course you did. I didn't mean that, but Hugh probably knew it. We didn't chat about anything significant, but I felt closer to Hugh now. And that was the feeling I got. My relationship with Hugh grew a little that day. I swear to God, I read that and it was like fucking Danganronpa in my head. Darkness and light. Okay, so we're not quite at time. We're a little under, but this is a good place, boop, to stop because we just hit chapter 8. So, instead of, I might try to keep them a little under an hour instead of going a little over an hour. That's not always going to work. But in times like this where it's like, oh, okay, we're pushing, it's good. We'll stop here. So I know there was a lot of me like just saying random shit and like whatever talking in the very beginning. This wasn't the longest part ever, but still. We got some content in, so it's good enough. So shh, suffer and deal. You know what to expect being on this channel. Anyway, so I'm gonna wrap this part up here. Yeah, and we'll continue in the next part with chapter 8. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.